Well, Broncos country, here we are, man. Me and my buddy Jeremy. Hope you guys having a wonderful night. The Broncos season has officially come to an end, unfortunately, with a very just tough to swallow 10-7 ugly game in the snow. Um, yeah, yeah. I don't really know what else is to say in terms of the intro, but a brutal loss, some tough decisions in terms of you know Sean Payton decisions and all that kind of stuff. But Jeremy, just kind of initial thoughts, man. What did you feel overall about this unfortunate end to what otherwise is an absolutely incredible season by the Denver Broncos?
Yeah, it just felt like we were like running a marathon and like the person behind us, you couldn't even see him anymore and everything was going great and you're like, "Oh man, this is unbelievable. Like look at us go and we're doing so well." And then right before you get to the finish line, you get hit by a bus. It's just like, what just happened? How did that
Yep,
happen? Like
no doubt.
I'm a firm believer in like everything happens for a reason, and I'm just trying to figure out what that reason is. I guess it's to me, it's like somewhere along the end of that week, last week, I was like, we need to take it easy with the Jared Stidham is like steady city. I was all participating in it too, like Monday and all that. But like at the end, I was like, do you guys realize what you have? Like everybody needs to like appreciate how great Bo Nix has been.
Mhm.
And if there was more of a platform, Bo Nix today was the day where there were so many Bronx fans. There's so many that already truly believe, but like today's the day where Bo Nix really solidified how great he was without even playing.
I know, I know, man, and that was the big thing that I was so worried about, and I was thinking about all week. Like, it's one of those where I almost felt like we were put in a lose lose situation, right? Because it was like, man, if Bo doesn't get hurt, I feel like we go far. But it's like if City does well and then he takes us to the Super Bowl and let's say we win the Super Bowl, then it's like, oh, does it kind of taint Bo Nix as a player and his legacy? And then it's like if he ends up having a dud like he did today, then you're just pissed and you're like, okay, cool. Everyone believes in Bo, but like we still lost and we didn't get a chance to capitalize on really an opportunity that I feel like is not something that you find that you get every single year, right? And I just don't want anybody to take this for granted. But man, it was frustrating. I know a lot of people want to get on Sean Payton about like the decision to not kick the field goal and go for it on fourth down.
I'm one of
What
those
were your
people.
thoughts on that overall?
Oh, I hated it. I was yelling at the TV, kick the freaking football, kick it. Like when you have all the momentum and your defense is playing out of their minds, like I understand like the draw of wanting to be like, oh, like we can really get them now. Like, oh, we can go up 14. But it's like, you know how the quickest way to like blow the game is to like give the other team the opportunity to get the momentum back. And that's what you're
Yeah,
presenting 4th and 1, especially when you're not confident in doing a quarterback sneak or running it. You have to do some like fake bootleg bull crap. And I'm like, just keep stacking points, dude.
hmm,
Like, I know that he probably wasn't aware that the weather was going to get as bad as it was, but like
I
just
think
go
he
up 10.
was.
Well, they should
Yeah,
have because I got a winter advisory thing on my phone, so
hmm,
I'm sure he had it all. But it's
yeah,
like, please just don't give the other team momentum for no reason. Like
yeah.
Stidham's being okay right now. You have your backup. Just do the smart thing, Sean. And like the problem is the reason why we are where we are is because Sean has that ultimate confidence. He has that braggadociousness.
one Hundred
And so
percent.
it's like it giveth and then it taketh away because you need that guy who's so confident. And that's why we won a lot of these games is because of his like balls, like really did. But then at the same time, it's like, read the room, dude. You have a backup quarterback. You're relying on your defense. It's the AFC Championship. Like, just take the points, bro. Like, come on.
Yeah,
And I felt like I was screaming at the TV last week, but he was smart enough to like pretend like he was going to run a play and then take the delay a game and then kick the field goal. He
yeah.
didn't do it this halftime, and I was just like, and as soon as that happened, I was like, that's gonna haunt us. I know it.
No, yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm totally fine with the decision to go for it. I hated the play call,
Yeah.
dude. You need a yard, all right. And this is where I think that Vic's got it right and said, like, was this Sean's ego? I felt like this was his moment of the game where he felt like, you know what, I'm gonna prove to everybody that I could do it with a backup and that Stiddy's got it and he's gonna be able to make this play. And it's like it's not the time for it, man. Just quarterback sneak the ball and get a yard and move on. And that's where I was going to go crazy because, like, I get it. Like, going up 10-0 would be nice. 14-0 would have been really good. The decision, I will never say that there was the wrong decision. It was the wrong play call for that decision. Why are you throwing the ball? It's 1 yard. It wasn't even it was yard. It was a half a yard. Just get the first down. That's it. Get the first down. Move on. You know, and be okay with it. And I think that's what really bothered me a lot about that. Is it's like, dude, you like. I get that you. Yeah, because even all week he was like, I told the rest of the guys today, I said, I'm not worried about Stiddy. I'm worried about the rest of you. And I don't really know if he told them that, but it's a way of like him trying to fire up the team of like, I just need everybody else to play well. And that's where he needs to be as a coach. He needs to be like, you know what? I do believe in Stidham, but I'm not going to be, stupid in my approach. I'm not going to be overconfident and overdo it. He needed to be a little bit more, like he just needed to be smarter in that particular situation. I hated the fact that he threw the ball. I couldn't believe it. And yeah, I mean, can you say it ultimately cost us? Listen, I think it's easy to say, yeah, it did. But the game gets called differently from both teams depending on the score. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we were up 10-7. Oh, we were down 10-7. And New England was extremely conservative. They ran the ball on like 3rd and 9 because they were comfortable having a 3-point lead at that point. If the game is 10-10, you don't know if they actually do that. So do they, does it actually affect the way that the outcome happens? I mean, I don't know, but dude, just gut wrenching because you look at it and you're like, man, we might not be in this position again for who God knows how long. And it's just frustrating. And I think for me, I really feel the frustration for the Bo injury now more than I did even last week.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean?
But here's a good rule of thumb that I could go by in football. If you have an opportunity to go up by 2 scores, go up by 2 scores.
Always, yeah.
If it's 3-6 or something, like that's different. But like if it's 7-10 and it's going to be a tight defensive game, go up by 2 scores. It's not that difficult. Just do that. You'll never kick yourself by being like, I went up by 10. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to. That's what I don't like. Now, did the game come down to that? No, because Lutz missed 2 other field goals. So it's like, if he hits both of those, we win by 3 maybe. You know what I mean? Like there's that opportunity too. Does Jarrett Stidham absolutely crap the bed and throw like the stupidest or fumble like the stupidest play ever? Like in the press in the post game, he was just like, "Oh, that guy got on me real quick." Did he? Because I was watching him come at you like for I felt like an hour, bro. Like
definitely didn't seem like it took him that long. I know.
Like I know. You know what the biggest difference between? I mean, there was a lot, but the biggest difference between Bo Nix and Jarrett Stidham. Jarrett Stidham played like he was in quicksand. That whole he looked so slow. Yeah. I mean, his arm looked super slow. His legs look super slow. And I'm not he got overhyped and all that. That's not his fault. But like, my goodness, there was a big difference with that. And I mean, I don't think there's one person in Denver who's like, if Bo plays, we win that game easy. It's not even a close game.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And I think for me, man, like, listen, I want to make this like 2 parts because I feel like I really do want to give the Patriots a lot of credit because in a lot of ways they did all year what they needed to do. Like, did they have a really hard schedule? No. But is it their fault? No. Like they won what was there. They took advantage of the opportunities that they were in. And it's a big kudos to them. And you know, it's a crazy big turnaround in terms of like what Mike Vrabel and all that have done to their team. But at the same time, in my opinion, this is the worst Super Bowl team that I've ever seen make the Super Bowl. Like they are just not very good in my opinion. And I think what's frustrating about that is like we had this game won multiple different times with a backup QB. Like we shut him down, and because of really a huge mistake that the coach made and a terrible mistake that the quarterback made, it ended up costing us. And I think that's the biggest frustrating part about it. But I mean, that's just kind of my rant. It is what it is. But you know, I don't know, man. I look at this team. I'm kind of still in like processing that everything is over. But when you kind of look at it, take a step back. Obviously, it was a massively successful season. I think we've shown that we're going to be contenders here moving forward for the next couple of years. What do you feel like the biggest priorities for this team moving forward are in terms of like talent and where we add particular players?
We need a bigger, stronger running back, and we need a tight end that can catch a tight end that is more than just a gadget tight end. Like, I'm sorry, the drops also did not help. I mean, it's happened every single game all year long. Doesn't matter the situation. It could be the nicest day in the world. We're gonna drop the football. I don't understand why you have to, like, how you can make it as a professional pass catcher and making millions of dollars and you're still catching with your chest. I stopped catching with my chest when I was like in the 3rd grade. Like, dude, use your hands. Like, I don't know what's so hard about that. Like, what's so difficult about that?
Yeah, I was really pissed with Cortland Sutton today, man. I thought he had just some terrible drops. And it's like, bro, help your backup quarterback out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think little Jordan Humphrey had a bad one too. But yeah, continue. Can you go ahead?
And I saw, like, to be optimistic, which is gonna be difficult today, but like, we were paying Russell Wilson more money than the rest of the entire starting offense. So like, that's off the books. So that should help out. Now, am I absolutely so frustrated that we blew a golden opportunity in which we achieved the number 1 seed and then beat the Bills and one art of it and all that stuff? You did all this stuff just to drive it off a cliff. I'll never get over that. This is as frustrating as the Ravens 2012. Not quite as frustrating.
No, I don't think so. My brother-in-law was telling me that. I don't know about that, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay, not because I expected us to like. It was just the way the season ended. I guess it was a combo platter of the game mixed with the Bo Nix injury that I feel like it equals to the 2012. Not this game. Because let's be honest, if we somehow figured out a way to win this game, we're getting smoked in the Super Bowl. Because Jarrett Stidham ain't it. Like, sorry. Yeah. I don't think he's going to be able to get that much better in 2 weeks. He'll get maybe a little bit, but like, there's a huge drop off. You saw what a top 5 quarterback looks like compared to a good backup looks like. I mean, people go, "Oh, he was really good in the preseason." This is the AFC Championship, dude.
I know.
Like the preseason and the AFC Championship is about from San Diego to New York. That's the difference.
Dude, do you remember all those stupid ass Bronco fans? And we have a lot of really dummies in Broncos country. I mean, I love 90% of them, but there is that 10% that's so dumb. And where they were like, start Jarrett Stidham and have Davis Webb call the play calls. Remember those guys?
Right, of course, yeah.
Well, they basically got half their wish, this week. How the hell did that go? These guys, man, I'm telling you, it's pathetic. Like, yeah, you can't judge it off of preseason. I was saying that the whole week. I'm like, preseason means nothing to me. I don't give a shit how good he looked in preseason.
Yeah, playing vanilla defenses with backups against backups.
Yeah, it means nothing for me. It was just a matter of, can they right the ship? Like, and I really felt within all my core, man, I was like, dude, I know this defense is going to play well. I love the defensive matchups that we had. I like the way that we matched up against their offense. So I really felt like we could keep them in check. And if somebody told us, like, man, they're going to hold them to 10 points.
Yeah.
100% I would have thought we were going to win. And I really felt like I was confident we were going to have that kind of a performance. I just did not expect it to be that poor on offense.
Yeah. It would take the whole team to blow it. And that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
It would take Jarrett Stidham doing something unexcusably dumb on our side of the field, happened. It would take Will Lutz missing multiple field goals, happened. It would take Sean Payton going for something that he shouldn't go for, happen. Like it will take a bunch of drops, happen. Like it took a whole team to just drive this off the cliff. If any of those things didn't happen, we win.
Yeah.
All did it. And
yeah.
That's what's so frustrating about it. The defense was kind of maligned going into this, talking about, oh, I think they're overrated. I don't think it's like, dude, okay, they weren't perfect. And I was getting super frustrated. It's like, hello, Drake May ain't throwing. Like he's going to run it, guys. He doesn't want to throw it. He's off. Like, be ready for the run. And they just weren't. And then I was super, super just disappointed that Jonah Ellis doesn't make that final tackle, because it's like, bro, just dive at his legs. Like, what are we doing? But
I thought he was going to get him.
They gave up 10.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. The defense is great. And like Robert here says, you guys seem to forget that any team can win on any given Sunday. I mean, we don't. I picked the Broncos to win this game for that exact reason. Like, I really felt like we were the underdogs. Everybody was saying we weren't going to win. Our starting quarterback got injured. Like, I felt like we had a really good chance to at least win this game. I really felt confident in that. And obviously that didn't happen. And I knew that the us losing the game was a possibility as well. But I just think for me, it's one of those where the way that I looked at it, like, I never really got that up, like that pissed about I never had time to get mad about the Bo Nix injury. I was still on such a high after that win last week. I was like, you know what? We'll figure it out. We'll see. Like, we'll take it week by week, because I've been so week by week all year. I've been like, you know what? I don't care about the Super Bowl. I'm trying to win the AFC Championship game. I don't care about who we play after the Bills. I want to beat the Bills. So it was so much focused on that. And then when you saw the way this game unfolded and then ultimately the result, it was almost like I'm now sad about the result, but also the Bo Nix injury now really, I feel like now it really affected us as Bronco fans. I mean, what would you think about that? Or what are your thoughts about that overall?
So this is the perfect example of, like, remember earlier in the season when we came back and beat the Giants? And I said, there used to be seasons where we would lose the lead, and I'm like, the game's over. We're not coming back from being down 3. This is how this game felt. I honestly felt like, oh God, it's going to take a freaking miracle for us to tie this, because the way that the offense was just absolute. I mean, part of it, of course, is the weather and all that, but like, that's the same feeling I used to have with certain other quarterbacks is how I felt in this game. And with Bo, I was like, I made the joke during the Giants games, like, well, we're only down 18 in the 4th. We can come back. Like, that's the difference between having a guy who can make freaking magic happen and can throw Marvin Mims a dime in the clutchest of moments versus a guy who's just like, the hell with it, I'm just throwing it up. I mean, there's a big difference. I just cannot emphasize enough. You could see the difference in a special player talent that we have. And it sucks that it took an injury for people to actually fully appreciate it, because even if he won the Super Bowl, even if Bo Nix doesn't get hurt and wins the Super Bowl, if Stiddy had still on the team next year and had a good preseason, people would have been like, oh, Stiddy would have done the same thing. Like, they would, that's, like, like, he could never do enough ever. And it take him going down for people to finally give the credit, which is annoying,
Yeah. No, I just think, man, it was like, you look at it, it was such a special season. Like, I'm really proud of a lot of the things that this team says. And dude, it's crazy, man. Like, the people coming out, I can't believe there's people that are like questioning if Sean Payton is the right coach for this team and blah, blah, blah. Like, it's just funny to me. I think Sean Payton's phenomenal. I think we should, as Bronco fans, I think we should be so grateful to have him. Is he going to be perfect? No. Do I understand a lot of the logic that he's done all year? Yeah. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, like, there's a lot of things I didn't agree with, but man, he's always seemed to prove us wrong. And he made a tough decision today. Overall, he owned up to it. But I think that our future with Sean Payton and with Bo Nix is very, very bright. Um, but that being said, it doesn't mean that we take these kinds of moments for granted either, right? Like we can't just think, oh, okay, we'll get him next year, because I think that we know that as NFL fans, these things don't come very easily. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, it's to go back to the positive for just a quick second. Yes, we accomplished more than if you would have said, hey guys, you're going to go to the AFC Championship and lose a nail biter in the snow, and a big portion of it is because the weather was so terrible. Like, would you take it? You probably would before the season, right? Because you're like, I just wanted to win a playoff game this year.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, in that sense, you're like, this is a success. We played we had, number one seed, all the stuff, right? But then at the same time, to lose it the way we did is like, I'm sorry. I would love to give the Patriots credit and be like, yeah, the Patriots are real and they beat the crap out of us. Look legit, no doubt. But I feel like we slipped out on the banana peel. That's the only reason we lost. So like,
Yeah.
Or somebody stuck a banana peel, like if Bo doesn't get hurt, but like,
Yeah.
who knows why that all happens, whatever. It's an overall success. We should be happy. We have the 4 pillars of like a good franchise with the ownership, general manager, coach, and quarterback. And now we're going to have like wide open, like much more bank account to like,
Mm-hmm. We're not paying Russ no more. It's officially off the books.
It's officially off the books. So like, yeah, I'm definitely optimistic, but gosh, don't ask me how optimistic you are. Like the minute you lose a AFC Championship that you should have won. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you let that slip through your fingers by being stupid. And that's so difficult to deal with.
Yeah.
I'll be fine
It
next
is,
week.
man.
But by right now, I'm just like,
yeah,
you freaking chokers.
I know. I'm frustrated, man. And I want the Super Bowl to be over with. I really do.
Yeah.
Whoever's playing right now, the Seahawks or the Rams, I want them to win, because I just don't feel like I can't deal with another Patriots Super Bowl, like especially a bullshit Super Bowl. I just want the season to end, and I want to get onto the off season so we can start looking ahead to 2026. Because to be honest with you, man, like it was just it's so frustrating, dude. I can't even begin. Like all the way until the 18th week of the year.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden our hopes and dreams are crushed away from. It's different when you get beat at full strength, or you get beat with your main guys, and you just say, "Hey, man, we gave it our best. Good shit. You guys got beat." But when those kinds of things happen, it's really deflating. It really sucks. And it's not even like an excuse. It's just like it just sucks.
Oh yeah,
it sucks.
Because
who knows? At the end of the day, like who knows? Can you say you for sure would have won this game, or can you for sure say that you won the Super Bowl? No, but like it would have been nice to know. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I feel like when you're questioning things, as much as we're going to be questioning it, it really just sucks a lot. So it's never fun.
And what's a bummer is like I wanted, because I was so like diehard Bo Nix too. I wanted it for him to be able to be like, yeah, he got to the Super Bowl. He's the guy that got this hit out of this rookie class and all that. He's the one that carried this team. Now they're going to say that about Drake May. And it's like so like he like fell ass backwards into it. Like, I'm sorry. Like he had a great year, but like this playoff run is just like, bro, you couldn't have had it easier. That's just like, all right, whatever. Who knows why it all happens. But here's what I'll say. The worst loss in Broncos history in my lifetime, and it's not close, was 1996 when we lost to the Jags. And that was one of those ones where you're like, everybody could feel like how we were feeling going into this game before the Bo Nix thing was like, feels special. This feels like a year where it's like, we can really do it. We have a great team. Terrell Davis has come out of nowhere. There's been a revelation. Rod Smith, Ed McCaffrey, like, oh my gosh, like we're loaded. And to lose to Jacksonville was like, it was, I can't describe how difficult that loss was. But that team, like it hardened the resolve of that team so much that they like barely lost the next 2 years and won 2 Super Bowls. So now if I can hope for a positive of this game, I hope all those guys are kicking. I mean, we're upset. Think about how like Nick Bonito's feeling or Zach Allen's feeling or any of those guys are feeling. I mean, I would be like a freaking maniac going into this next season being like, we have to take advantage. We cannot let that type of loss happen again.
Yeah.
And you've proved that you can beat anybody, that you're a great team, and to lose that way. I mean, like I said last week, I was like, it's either going to be like if we go out and lose and Jarrett Stidham doesn't play well, people will immediately go, well, you lost your starting quarterback. What do you expect? And I know that sucks for the Patriots fans to be like, don't take our shine away but it's like, come on, dude. Like he
Yeah.
played a backup. But in the same thing, it's like I know Bo Nix is gonna be like, I can't even imagine what it must have felt like for him to
Oh
not
yeah.
only go out, but then to watch that today.
That performance, I know. It's
Oh
brutal.
my gosh.
It's brutal. Yeah, I mean, it's tough because at the end of the day, you're going to take away from anybody. You know what I mean? Like, you can. I'm the biggest Pats hater. I've hated the Patriots for God knows how long, but
Yeah.
it also sucks for them too because it's like, yeah, they did kind of have a cakewalk in a way,
Oh, in a
like
way yeah.
to the Super Bowl, right? They did, but like, hey, I mean, they still won the games.
Yeah, you play who you
And I
play.
feel like if the roles were flipped and it was us, it'd be like, hey, we'll take it, man. It is what it is. We'll live to fight another day. So it's kind of like a lose across the board. That's why I always say, like, man, if you're gonna play these teams, if you're gonna play, we talked about it a lot when we played the Chiefs. We're like, no, we wanna, like, ideally, I would have loved to play in Week 17. I would have loved to play Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs at full strength, right? We talked about how we would have loved to play Justin Herbert and the Chargers at full strength because you think to yourself, you always want to beat the teams at their best.
Yeah.
To be able to avoid that exact narrative. So it sucks when you don't because there's always going to be that narrative there. You know what I mean? And I think that's the annoying thing. And even for the sake of like Patriot fans and Bronco fans, if Bo Nix had played and they had beat us, it would be a lot more like it would be good for them and it would be good for us. It'd be a hats off to everybody. Whereas now it's like frustrating for us and then they just get shit on. And it was really a lose-lose situation across the board. So it's just that, injuries suck, man.
Yeah, no, you're totally right. And here's the question I wanted to ask you. After you saw, even if we would have somehow figured out a way to win this game, like all of a sudden on that last play, Drake May's running for the first down, Jonah Ellis tackles him, ball pops out, slips out of his hands, we pick it up, run it in for the touchdown. We end up winning the game, right? But we saw what we saw. That means we're going to the Super Bowl. Everybody's excited, but you're probably getting curb stomped in the Super Bowl. Would you rather just take this loss the way it ended up being or getting curb stomped in the Super Bowl? Because I've lost some Super Bowls in my life. That's worse.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl is worse.
Yeah. No, I think for me, man, I would take getting curb stomped in the Super Bowl any day of the week. And I think for me, it's because you look at it like you never really know what's going to happen.
You don't.
You just never know. Like maybe things go well or you figure it out or whatever. Especially with the way the defense played today. I'm like, dude, man, you get the ball to bounce a couple ways. Like you might be able to figure it out. And for me, it's like I want to always feel like I have the opportunity to win. If you lose in the Super Bowl, it sucks. I did think a lot in my head though. I was like, teams that lose in the Super Bowl, they usually don't bounce back very well.
No, that's what I'm going to say.
Like
there's usually
and the ones that lose in the conference championship, they'll usually bounce back a little bit further. But listen, if I knew we were going to get curb stomped, obviously I'd say, nah, rip the Band-Aid off. Right. But when the game was going on, I was thinking to myself, dude, if we win this game, fuck it. I don't care what happens. Like, I think we have a chance to win the Super Bowl too. Like, you're always going to have that optimism.
Yeah. And,
but yeah, these teams look good, man. They look really good.
And you'll talk yourself into like, oh, give Sean 2 weeks and give him a bye. You'll talk yourself into whatever. But like, it's just one of those things where if you knew going into it, you're severely overmatched.
Yeah.
And it's going to take a miracle. Like, I remember going into the 91 Super Bowl that way, and we did get curb stomped, and it sucked. It was
Yeah.
way worse than losing the AFC Championship.
Yeah. No, I remember Super Bowl 40. I think for me, I was thinking if we played the Seahawks, who look fantastic, by the way,
Yeah.
I was thinking to myself, at least I feel confident with like our defense going up against Sam Darnold and that kind of a game that he's never played against. Maybe, maybe that kind of evens
Right.
it out. Against Sean McVay and Stafford, and like, they've been there, and that's a big advantage. I wouldn't have felt as good about it, but I mean, either way, like watching these two teams play now, I'm like, yeah, it would have been a tall task. It would have been a tall task, but it's still it's just such a frustrating season because if Bo doesn't get hurt,
Yeah, that's what it comes down to.
then I think you win this game, and you're looking at both these teams like, I like our chances against both of them, man. I feel like we can beat them.
That's the
We can
thing
go
that
toe to toe.
sucks. That's the thing that sucks is
You know?
I felt weirdly like so we didn't expect Bo to be able to come back and play in the Super Bowl if we won, but there was some
Yeah.
chatter out there talking about, well, maybe if he just needed some, like if it was a minor thing and he had some screws, it's like, well, do you really want your like clear franchise superstar quarterback playing off of like a freshly surgically repaired ankle?
Yeah.
Like,
No.
I don't
No,
know if
thank
we
you.
want to even in a Super Bowl, like that makes me nervous. But like, I mean, I guess the thing that just was like, I was optimistic as a Broncos fan, of course, but like I was also frustrated. That's like, how are y'all moving on from Bo Nix this fast? Of being like, it's fine, we'll still be good. Like you're like, no. What just happened is devastating, and I
Mhm.
felt like that. And I'm like,
Mhm.
do I feel like that because I truly like, I'm being like, not biased here, non-biased, or is it because I know what losing your quarterback is? It's like if we had Elway and now he goes down and now you have like Bubby in the Super Bowl and you're playing like a really good team like the Packers or something, you're like, it's not the same, man. This is not, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Dude,
I
this
don't
is so good. Somebody's talking about Derek Carr breaking his ankle and talking about karma.
know.
Dude,
Did we break his ankle?
no, I know. He broke it against, I think, the Texans. And spoiler alert, the Raiders were ass that year, too. So it wouldn't have mattered. But that's so funny. I can't believe that actually got brought up.
Well, I saw some Bills fans being like it was karma that they called that clear interception an interception, and that's why Bo broke his ankle. I was like, so wait a second, let me get this straight. Bo gets a bone broken because the refs missed the
Yeah,
call,
I
which
know.
wasn't a missed call.
I
That
know.
makes absolutely zero
Dude,
sense.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you the same thing. Like, it's the same thing. I can't believe the amount of respect that I lost for Bills Mafia. I used to really love the Bills
I
fans, man. I
totally
really did. And then all of a sudden, so the best part is this: they're complaining about a call that's obviously like the right call. That was the funny part. And then they fire their coach, and then the owner comes out and he says,
oh, dude.
we fired the coach because we lost the game in Denver. And then they said, why did you feel like you lost the game in Denver? And they said, because of the refs. So you're basically saying you fired your coach because of a bad call that the refs made. It's wild. And it's funny, like I give a lot of credit to the Broncos country tonight, man, because we didn't say a peep we weren't complaining about no refs calls. The Stidham fumble was a fumble. I wasn't going to take that bait. I saw one person put a video up and I was like, we ain't taking that bait. That's not
No.
us. Like it was a fumble. And
Yeah.
I still can't believe to this day that like still a week later, Bills fans are talking about the most obvious interception being a fumble. It's pretty crazy to me.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. To me is like you never hear from the Bills ownership and stuff. And it's amazing how fast you like truly realize how like dumb or bad somebody is. And when they're just quiet and you just see them from the distance up in a booth, you're like, oh, that's the vaunted ownership of whatever. And then as soon as they start talking, you're like, oh my gosh, thank God. Like they're not our own. Like he's ripping his own team, like his own players that are still on the team in the press conference.
I
It's like,
couldn't believe it.
what is going on? Like
Yeah.
I feel
Dude,
bad for Bills fans for a second, and then it took it away because they were such morons with the way that they were complaining about the
dude,
call. And then I felt
I
bad for them
literally,
again.
I literally was like, I hope to God the Broncos trade for Keon Coleman so that he can come to a franchise that actually like respects him as a player. Maybe he's not even going to be that good, but I
want
cannot believe he took all those stray bullets. After all, he did a score in both of their playoff games. It was crazy. Kodiak with the $9.99 super chat. My guy, dude.
Yeah.
Hope you're doing well, brother. I know he was at the game. He's probably free. I'm sure you froze your ass off. I'm curious, but you guys want to go to the thing that rhymes with the Drip Club? I'll drive and get a bottle service. I am good, my guy. I am hanging out here at the crib. But yeah, those are the old school days. But I hope you enjoy yourself if you're going. And let me know if you see any of those Patriot. I'm sure you see a lot of Patriots and Bronco players probably down there. Maybe the Ellis brothers would be down there, hanging out together.
Man, that's rough. Yeah, dude. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we have a lot to be happy about this season, a lot to be optimistic about, but to have it go down the way it goes down is just the bitterest pill to swallow I've had in a long time, since 2012. Honestly, that was I mean, I guess the Seahawks Super Bowl was felt like this, but like that one just got out of hand so fast that you're just like, okay, that wasn't our day, whatever. This one was like, you just lost because you were dumb. But you also feel like I saw enough from Jarrett, no offense to Jarrett, but like I saw enough from him knowing we would got smacked by either one of the next two teams.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in that respect, you kind of got to go, okay, well, it is what it is.
It's tough because, I was listening to that. Was it you that told me? I think it was either you or Kodiak that said listen to the Nick Foles podcast episode.
It was Kodiak, yeah.
Kodiak, yeah, it was good, man. It was really interesting. But the thing a lot of people forget is, firstly, Nick Foles played a lot of football before that season, and he also started to play. He started like playing for the team like at week 16 or week 17. So he had a lot more reps under his belt, like to where he was actually getting cooking. So I knew it was going to be a tall task, but man, like it was, he threw that screen pass to Mims, and it was actually it was bad on Mims. He was trying to lead him, and then they all kind of laughed it off. And then he had the bomb to Mims, and I was like, oh my god, all right, he's getting it loose, he's getting it going, and that was it. That was basically the end of that. They threw a touchdown. Yeah, he threw the touchdown to Sutton. But somebody said earlier, I think it was Kodiak. He said, "Mark, you were right. It's time to cut Sutton." I don't know about cut Sutton, but he does frustrate the hell out of me.
Oh.
But what are your overall impressions about Cortland Sutton, I guess, and this postseason as a whole? Because I think he's been really frustrating.
He's somehow the most clutch, worst hands, no yak player I've ever seen. It's unbelievable. It's like, how can you be all three of those?
Yeah, like, that's a good point. That's a good point, man.
It's like
he's frustrating.
He'll make a play that you're like, holy crap, that won us the football game against like the Giants or something. And then he'll drop something like with the Bills that you're just like, what is happening? And it's like, dude couldn't spell yak if you gave him 3 letters and you told it, like, it's unreal. Yeah. And I get it. He tore his ACL or whatever, trying to make a tackle off of a pick. But like, you're bigger than everybody. What is happening? Like, come on, dude. Like, full effort here. I don't know. I really have a problem with drops, especially with someone that big and strong.
Yeah.
It's just a problem.
Yeah. No, I get frustrated too, man. I feel like it's tough because I really gained so much respect for Cortland. Like the kind of teammate that he's been, you could tell he takes so much pride in being a Denver Bronco. His guys love him. But he's like the Alex Singleton of the offense in a sense to me. Like, you can see the value that he has, and you can see that he's well respected. And it's not that I want him to not be on the team anymore, but you also don't want the intangibles to blind you from being able to realize that you can clearly upgrade at those positions. Like we can upgrade severely at inside linebacker. We can upgrade severely at wide receiver, and that's okay. You can still keep those guys. You can still have a Singleton be a part of your defense. You can still have Cortland Sutton be a part of your wide receiver core, but it doesn't mean that they have to be the number one guys.
Yeah.
And that's been the thing that's been bothering me for the last several years. It's almost like we're happy with them. They're solid and they're really good locker room guys. So therefore it's not a priority. And it's like, but it should be. You know what I mean? It should be, because we need to get better at those positions. But I think we'll save that for a lot of the off-season videos that we'll have
Yeah.
here in the future.
And it's also worth noting, like, missing Troy Franklin is a big loss too. Like,
Mhm.
you're just not going to replace it with like wide receiver 5 or 6. It's just he's one of those guys that gets open. So like when Stidham is back there looking for somebody, remember Stidham had a good game with like Jerry Jeudy and stuff. So if you can get him wide open guys and give him time, like maybe he finds Franklin, and maybe Franklin makes another a player here and there that you know does
Yeah.
well. So that was a big loss too. And
More than
I
freaking Pat Bryant, man. Like he comes back, he's starting to make some plays again, and then he pulls his hammy in this one.
is that what
You're like,
happened?
Jesus Christ, yeah.
Yeah, like
So
that's
he
just
goes out
really
early. So
annoying.
you're just like, man, this guy can't catch a break. Like, I just can't wait to get him the offseason so he can get himself right. Because
Yeah, just
I
thank
was
God he
worried.
didn't get
I'm
injured.
not gonna lie, I was so worried about him playing today.
Yep.
Um, but
Just thank God he
it's
didn't get
funny.
another.
This is so true by Cody Yankee. I think we're just laughing because we had nothing else to do. But we're gonna keep around Kroll and Bidet because they're solid locker room guys who know the offense. Yeah, it's so true, dude. I really don't want to fall into that trap no more. I'm done with that shit.
Yeah, I mean, we're finally at that point where it's just like we have the money and we have like I mean, we're gonna be drafting 29th or 30th, but like get a tight end, dude. Get a freaking another running back that's can get 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1 instead of doing that
Yeah.
stupid stuff. Like get I if man, this we really are on the precipice of being able to really be something.
Mhm.
I mean, it's a young team, all that kind of thing, and the defense really good. Now, we're going to see if we lose coaches. We're going to see, what ends up
Yeah.
happening. But like, yeah, you got to be optimistic where this team's headed, and they overachieved in the regular season. And look, I guess if you could say you're gonna be the number 1 seed, you're gonna get the bye week, then you're gonna play Buffalo at home, the team that like beat you really bad in the playoffs last year, and Bo Nix is gonna outclass Josh Allen in that game, and then after that, all bets are off. Would you take it? Absolutely, I would take that
Yeah.
because he
Yeah.
proved. Like to me, it was like it was the final boss for like your quarterback. And I didn't have any doubt, but like so many people did of like, is this guy truly, truly the special guy? How much of this is Sean Payton? How much of this is the defense? How much of this and this weirdly, this game answered a lot of that for you. But like last week, out dueling Josh Allen and having a much better game and being clutch again as he has been all season, like you can't be anything but absolutely psyched for like the prospects of what this team can do. Now,
Yeah.
that doesn't mean you can't be super frustrated at blowing this opportunity that you've like created for yourself. But at the end of the day, you're starting quarterback, you're young, like up and coming superstar. He broke his ankle. Like that's devastating. And I know we tried to
I
like
know.
push it off, but that's what it was. That's what it ended up being. That was what it was. We should have known. I felt like a part of me was I did know a little bit, but like you start drinking the Kool-Aid and you'd be like, oh, maybe Stiddy can put a 2-game
Yeah.
run together. But like as soon as I saw that happened, you should have seen. I was at a friend's house, and when that news came across, I was I was like inconsolable for like
Inconsolable. I know. I know.
so.
Oh, dude, it was brutal. It was brutal, man. It sucked. I mean, do you think ultimately VJ is going to be gone?
I don't know. Part of me it's hard to judge because he gets a lot of interviews because of like the minority thing too, and I think
I
he's a
know.
really good coach. But he's had his chance, and I don't know. And a lot of like the positions have been filled. So like to me, I'm not sure
Yeah.
how legit that interest always is in his situation. But
Mhm.
I know we're just gonna have to wait and see. I guess I haven't heard anything like to be like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But
Well, I know that a lot of people have been tying him to the Arizona Cardinals, but I also saw today that there was a new favorite for the Arizona Cardinals job. But yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll find out a lot more about it today. I just hope that we're not in those situations where we lose Vance,
Yeah.
and then at the same time we lose Jim Leonard to a DC job, like
Do
without
you
getting the opportunity to be able to bring him up. But
I would be shocked if that happened. I would be very shocked because to me, it's like, I don't think Sean would let that happen. And if VJ does end up going, why would you want to leave if you're Jim Leonard? Like, I don't care where the
yeah,
opportunity is. Like, you get to coach a great defense now. And you
hmm
kind of got hired and waiting on this opportunity. So to jump ship now would be really weird. But like, if
yeah,
Vance stays, then I don't blame him for going because it's like he wants that opportunity. But like, why would you? I don't know. If it's me, if I'm Jim Leonard, I'd be like, I will give you my answer in a week. Like,
hmm
and if you want me to wait, and if you don't, that's fine. But
yeah.
um,
I think the fact that he's not going to get the Packers job because they filled that role, that was really big, because that was a fit that I felt like made a lot of sense for him. I mean, obviously being, that he was a Wisconsin head coach a few years ago,
yeah,
and I think he's from the area. Yeah, he's from Wisconsin. So I thought that was going to be a no brainer for him to take, but they ended up filling that role. So
yeah. So that
uh,
might be a bullet
hopefully
dodged.
that's a really good thing. Yeah. I just don't want to miss out on both of them. And if we did, I feel like, all right, you got to go make a move for like Raheem Morris or something. But that would really kind of put a big kink in things. So hopefully we'll see how that all plays out.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be. I mean, it's gonna be an interesting off season. The draft stuff, we haven't even thought about the draft stuff because we're so locked into the
Mm-mm.
season. Usually we're like
Usually we're
knee
like
deep
balls deep
into
in the
it.
draft right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I think once this dust settles and like the bitter taste gets out of your mouth after the Super Bowl is over, especially if like let's say the Patriots get beat bad, I think people will kind of be like, oh, we probably would have not
Yeah.
been in great shape with the way we were. But once all the dust settles, I think everybody will be optimistic going into the next season. I don't know why you wouldn't be. Like, you overachieved this season, you overachieved last season. Bo Nix is back. You have money to spend. Like, you have up and coming young players. Harvey's got a full year under his belt. Pat Bryant's got a full year under his belt. Like, Troy has two. Uh, you know,
Yeah.
you should be like, I mean, we should be excited. It just sucks to be post game AFC
Yeah.
Championship loss, but
No, man, it's gonna suck for a while, but
yeah.
everything I think will kind of come into clear focus once. Usually for me, it's after the Super Bowl's over. Like I'll start to look into things, but that's when you can really start to like everybody collectively can move ahead. I mean, I remember the day, dude. I remember when we were really bad. We'd finish the season. I don't know, like it'd be 4-13, and you just like can't wait for the season to be over. And I'm just sitting there praying. I'm like, I don't care who wins the Super Bowl. I just want it to be done. Because the second it was over, you felt like, all right, we're 0-0 again. We're
Means
back.
yeah.
We're back to
Yeah.
square one. And that's kind of where I am too now with this tough loss, but it kind of is what it is. But any final thoughts, man? I appreciate you joining me, man. Given all the circumstances and everything today, anything else that you wanted to kind of say to the Broncos country as we are in mourning?
Yeah. I mean, just reiterate what I said off the top. I'm a believer in everything happens for a reason. I don't know what that reason is as of right now, but like so many tough endings of seasons have ended up being a good thing in the long run for the Broncos. I'm I'm keeping the faith that that's exactly what's happening with this one. Like, as soon as
Yeah.
Bo Nix went down, it was like, I don't know why that happened. That's a fluky thing for it to happen, but like now we see how close we were to being a Super Bowl
Yeah.
contender championship. Like, we were right freaking there. So like, if you can improve from this season and you have another year and you have more, like, why wouldn't you be optimistic? I think if you would have said 2 years ago we would be where we're at, I'd be thrilled. So that's what I'm
Yeah.
gonna hang my hat on.
I'm still convinced that it was Bills Mafia that's just complaining so much that they had to get some sort of win. They ended up breaking Bo Nix's ankle because they were crying so much. And who knows, man? Maybe they'll get another rule change this year, like they did with the overtime rule change because they complained so much. Maybe now they'll get the rule changed for like, what a catch actually is, and you'll be able to, it'll be even more confusing than it currently is. So I mean, who knows? I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. To
Just
me,
take it, just take a shot.
if I'm a Bills fan, like if I'm a Bills fan, I'm more like disappointed in my ownership. I'm like, we're not going to win because of our mentality. That's what I came
Yeah.
to realize. I always
Yeah.
kind of felt like the Bills were just unfortunate and unlucky. And now I'm
Hmm.
like, oh, no, it's you guys. It's you
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
And like, I didn't realize that, but you guys proved it to me. Like,
Yeah. Thank you
you
so
don't
much for
have
me.
what it
Yeah.
takes.
No,
Like, I'm sorry
you
to
don't.
say, but like,
It's almost like they've had their excuses like cooking up for so long because they were so quick to use them. They were like freaking ninja, like assassins with the excuses that they were using. And I'm like, Jesus, guys, like the game just ended.
yeah,
You didn't give it a second to like sink in for a little bit. So it was
yeah,
wild.
yeah. Like, I'm not like crying, like yeah, like you said about the fumble. It's like, oh well, if you slow it down and take a pause, it's just like, no, like that was stupid. He should have thrown it away. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
blame him
And
for
if
like,
you slow it down and take a pause, you realize that actually was a fumble. But like, yeah, I
but
mean,
let's say it was like you could have ruled it either or. I wouldn't be crying about that. I would be like,
no.
he's an idiot. He should have thrown it away.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they should have been on Cooks by like, you should have caught it. You should have held on to it. But
Yeah.
nobody said
And
that.
let's not forget the play was called an incomplete, right? Whereas it's not like the play with the Bills was called a catch and then they reverted. Like they called ours an incomplete. And I'm watching it and I was like, shit, man, they might flip this. And then they did. And I was like, God damn it, he should have thrown it away. And that was the end of that. You know, it wasn't like, oh, let's go on and just take over Twitter and complain about everything because, you know, of the right call that was made. It's pretty
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah, and I mean, I would be like, he should have thrown it away, even if it was slightly. If he would have thrown it away and they would have marked it, thrown it away, and it would have stood, I still would have been like, you shouldn't have even let it get to that point. Like that was
Hmm.
dumb. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't like like, oh, if you freeze frame it and like squint your eyes, and if you look at it from the side, and then it could maybe be, it's like either the guy made the play or he didn't make the play. Like what are we doing? You know, that's the kind of mentality stuff where I'm just like, you guys need to change that.
Yeah.
And what sucks about this game is like you're gonna have to hear all the crap talking from like the Pats people or whoever else is gonna talk crap. But it's like
Yeah.
if you feel really good about that win, like, all
Yeah.
right. I mean, I would take it. I'm not saying you shouldn't be happy and you shouldn't take it. But if you're going to
It-
watch that win and then talk crap after it, what are you doing? Like, that's
yeah.
okay. Go ahead. That's your own karma.
Yeah. No, I'll tell you, man. I think like from what I've seen at least so far on Twitter, the Patriots fans have kind of like known their role. They're like, we'll take it, but we're not going to sit there and talk about that shit.
Yeah, that's the way they should be.
Because I've seen
100%.
people, I saved a lot of receipts. They're like, this game's not going to be close. Patriots we're going to whoop you guys up by 30 points, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
so
And I'm
that's
like,
weird.
I don't think so. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
hey,
I mean, I have no problem with fans being like, oh yeah, we're gonna get like we won and blah blah blah. But like to talk trash after like falling ass backwards into something is just like, I'm the first person to be like, damn, we were really lucky to win that. I'll take it, but we're like that was fortunate. Don't be like, I don't know, the way that they look today, and maybe whether it had something to do with it, and I'm sure our defense had something to do with it, but like they're gonna get worked in the Super Bowl, and if they don't, good on them
mhm.
because they looked bad today, and if they do good in 2 weeks, way to go. Like
Yeah,
that, you should be proud of yourself but that's not the way it looks. It looks like
no.
you're
No,
talking trash.
it'll probably end up being a close game. But if you're asking me my honest opinion now, I mean, regardless of the team that they play, I think this is a 2 or 3 score game
Yeah.
in favor of the NFC squad. So,
Yeah. I mean, I would be surprised if, and now I got to root for, I hate the Seahawks too, but like
mhm.
if it's Seahawks Pats, I'm going Seahawks all the way. Cause it's like, if you guys want to talk trash over that kind of stuff, whatever, but I don't have anything against Drake May. And I think, Vrabel's interesting real quick. He went to the Titans, turned them completely around, got them in the AFC Championship. You're like, oh dang. And then it was like a short kind of, I don't know what happened over there, but like then
Mhm.
it kind of faded out quickly too. Now he's a Patriot, ex-Patriot, all that, and homegrown and all that. do you think there's a chance? And I mean, having Josh McDaniels is a big benefit, and he's not going to get another sniff at a head coaching job with how bad he was. So that's a real fortunate thing for them too. But like, do you think there's a chance that the Vrabel, whatever magic he has, is short term, or do you think like New England's here to stay? They're now going to be one of these elite teams.
I think New England's probably here to stay. I mean, I don't know how elite they'll be or how many appearances they'll make moving forward, but I think that I think he's a really good coach of
Yeah.
Vrabel. And they got Drake May, bro. Drake May's he's the truth, man. Like he's only going to get better. So I think that they're going to be a really good team. But I also believe that they are way ahead of schedule now. So they might be one of those teams that take a little bit of a step back. But yeah, I think they're going to be a problem for a while. And that sucks because they've been a problem my entire life.
Yeah.
They've always been a thorn in my side my entire life. And the only times that they sucked, the Broncos equally sucked. So it really is annoying.
Yeah. To me, it's like if you do it again next year, I'll believe you. But like, I have never seen a team kind of have like the schedule and then the playoff run that they've had, like, and get to where they were. Like, I've never seen anything like that before. So,
Yeah.
I mean, they did it, so good on them. But you're gonna need to do it against a good schedule, and like now you're gonna be the hunted and not the hunters, and it's a little different. And
I
that's
know.
and same with the Broncos. We're gonna have
Yeah, it's gonna be the same with us for sure, no doubt about it.
Yep.
Yeah. So we will see, but this game is legit, man. It's really good coming down to a good finish with this NFC Championship game. But Jeremy, appreciate you, man. We're gonna wrap it up here. I guess my last words are, guys, I know it was an unbelievably frustrating end of the year with the Bo Nix injury and obviously the loss, but we are in a really good position. Just like Jeremy said earlier, like we got the trifecta, we've got the ownership group, we've got the GM, with the quadfecta, I guess you can call it.
Yeah.
We got the ownership group, we got the GM, we've got the head coach, and we've got the quarterback to be successful to sustain success moving forward for a few years. So this is going to be this is just the beginning, man, and we're gonna enjoy it. As much as we can for the years to come. So appreciate you guys riding with us, man. We are going to be Horsepower Hour tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Make sure you catch me and Kodiak and David and Jeremy on that show. And hopefully we'll be able to bring a little bit more, what's the word I want to use? Common sense, maybe?
Oh, yeah.
Optimism, maybe? Common sense, maybe? To this entire argument. So appreciate y'all, man. Have a great rest of your Sunday. And, go in, enjoy your family, enjoy the important things in life, man. Life is short. Crazy things happen, and football is just a sport. We get reminded of that every single day. So y'all enjoy it, man, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
Yeah, I can definitely attest to that. There's bigger things than football, and it sucks today, but like you probably have great things in your life that you can really look at, and like that's what you kind of have to, rely on in times like this, because it's like you weren't going to play in that game, and you weren't like your life's affected by a football game, but like you should really also appreciate the good things you have besides football.
And on that last note, Bliatmon 445, you know what, man? I'm going to look you dead in the camera when I say this. Fuck you, bro. Have a good one. Peace.